It's your boy Craig 1K with the Keeping It 1K podcast. You already know what we're here to talk about today. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3-5. No one, and I don't care who you were, predicted us to be this bad in the beginning of the season. I don't know about y'all, but I know I'm pretty pissed off about it. So we got a lot to break down because on Thursday night, Tampa Bay had a chance to right the ship. And of course, they failed tremendously, as they've done for a majority of this football season. And that's disappointing to say, considering the roster that's put in place. But we're going to break it down today. First off, hold on, because I'm going to need to get a drink for this one right here, man. It's been a long week, you feel me? You know, my team is not doing good. It's sad out there. So I'm going to pull up for this week, give me a little something, you feel me? All right, let's go ahead and break this down today. Cheers to all my Buccaneer fans watching. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to the Baltimore Ravens in what was at first a close game, and then it kind of got away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'll tell you the number one reason why. The number one reason why the game got away was the coaching adjustments from the first half to the second half. It's that simple. Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich didn't make any adjustments. Greg Roman, John Harbaugh did. They realized that they weren't going to throw on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary. You know, shout out to Zion McCollum and Jamel Dean and all those boys playing tight defense. When they realized they weren't going to be able to do that, they realized they had to go to the run, and the run defense got killed. I'm sick of talking about this. I really am. I mean, I'm sick of it. I know the coaching staff is sick of it. The national media is sick of it. Tom Brady is sick of it. What is this? The run defense is piss poor. We should have got Sue. Mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. Again, we will talk about that later. With that being said, they switched the game plans to run. Devin Duvernay, end-out routes. That was it. Lamar Jackson, breed option. It was done. That was it. The Baltimore Ravens outcoached the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the second half, and it's a damn shame because we could have won this football game. I woke up last night having a nightmare, and it's Tuesday. We're wasting opportunities here as a Buccaneer franchise. We're wasting opportunities as a city. To go to the Super Bowl again with Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now, Tom's stat line in the football game wasn't a bad stat line. I mean, 26 of 44. I believe he had like 20 yards, one touchdown to Julio Jones. So he's not playing, this piss poor quarterback. It's not like, Tom Brady's just playing bad. Everything, it's like a trickle-down effect. So the offensive line isn't giving him enough time. He already has a very quick release, but he's having to get that ball out just a tad bit quicker. And the way Byron Leftwich likes to coach, why, I have absolutely no idea, is to not scheme his players open, but rather depend on the wide receiver to get the spacing from the corner. So everything has to be perfect. Get the boys open with scheme, Byron. You were an NFL quarterback. You went to the playoffs. I mean, for all that we knock you for, I know inside of your mind you have the football IQ to scheme somebody open, and it needs to start now. We're 3-5. We're in panic mode. Every game matters. Every game. Every Tampa Bay Buccaneer player needs to be locked in and loaded. I'm locked in and loaded. The fans are locked in and loaded. I spoke to somebody that went to the Baltimore Ravens game. I wasn't able to make it, and she said it was the thickest game she'd ever went to. I mean, are you kidding me? The fans are out there, the support is there, but what's on the field is not. Offensive line, same problems every day, week in and week out. No one's going to motivate that offensive line to do better. I'm beginning to think that way, and I'm a positive person, and I always believe positivity can outweigh negativity, but how can we be positive about what we're watching? All right, on to the pros and cons of this football game. So the pros of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe, if you ask me, Mike Evans was a pro. He had a good game. He bounced back. He had over 100 yards, I think 6 receptions. Mike Evans did a fantastic job playing the football game today. He's a Hall of Famer. He's the best wide receiver on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football team. We all know this. Mike Evans had a bad game against the Panthers. So, kudos to Mike Evans for bouncing back. I had absolutely no doubt, that he would bounce back. Jalen Darden, and D. Delaney had like a little bump into each other. So, that happens here and there. But Jalen Darden actually ran inside. So that was actually impressive. He looked a little better to me, running back kicks. I know D. Delaney decided to, the gunner to run in them. But, hey, that's what D. Delaney does. So he should be used to that. But I'll give him props. Defensively, Zion McCollum held his own as a rookie. He was playing some good football out there. Jamel Dean has continued to have an outstanding season. If you look at the PFF rankings, you'll see Jamel Dean. This is about as high as a corner as it could be ranked. So defensively, you looked at them. They held their own. That's why they had to switch to the run, because they knew for a fact they weren't going to throw on McCollum and Dean. So, kudos to them. I like what they've done as a football team. Rookie-wise, every time Rachaad White gets the football, positive yards are gained. Someone's missing a tackle. Rachaad White, and I'm not trying to be controversial. I promise I'm not. I love Leonard Fournette. Touchdown Lenny, playoff Lenny, this Lenny, that Lenny, everybody. I love Lenny. Give Rachaad White the ball. Lenny will find his way as he's always done. Let Rachaad White is when he gets his hands on the ball, he's running different. He reminds me of Alvin Kamara. That's what they had him as his pro comparison when he was coming out of Arizona. And it looks like Alvin Kamara, but we're going to have to. Alvin Kamara don't sit on the bench with the New Orleans Saints, does he? So why is Rachaad White only getting put in here and there? Let's go ahead and out-scheme somebody. We got a tough game coming up against the Los Angeles Rams. And the Rams been whooping our ass for a minute. They've been whooping our ass like our mother. They have been beating us. The one time I remember us beating them is Winston and the team had to put up 56, I believe, points or something of that nature. 45. It was a lot. I don't even remember. It was a while back. We had to put up so much points. We cannot look. Sean McVay has been beating us, and we have to avenge for that playoff loss that we occurred last year at the hands of Cooper Kupp. And folks, he got hurt, but it looks like he's playing. So Zion McCollum, you did good last week. Get ready. I'm hoping we get some of our boys back. Carlton Davis has been hurt. Antoine Whitfield's hurt. Akeem Hicks, just a waste of a freaking signing. I'm so sick of those wasted signings. Russell Gage hurt. Waste. You would think he would take off. What a waste of a signing. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Every time we looking for Russell Gage, he's not there. The ball's popping out of your hand. It's like, come on now. I'm disappointed, man. But anyway, back to the pros. Like I said, Rachaad White, Cole Keith also out there doing what he needs to do. Cade Otton, the rookie tight end out of Washington. The rookies seem to be playing good football. Logan Hall, crickets. And correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but Logan Hall, crickets. Mother effing crickets. What are you doing? Sue's going to be the end of this team because he's not here. And you can argue with anybody. I don't care what any ESPN analyst has to say. I don't care what anybody else. Sue not being signed was so freaking dumb. And now we're looking and we're reaping what we're sowing. This is what we sowed, letting go of those veterans. Now we got a piss poor team. Not adequately replacing Ali Marpet and giving Luke Gadecki, who Gadeckin sucks. That's what happens. This is the football team not replacing this guy. It's like, oh, we're going to Super Bowl in 2020. We'll just wish upon a star and, we'll be good until 2030. That ain't how it works. You put in the time and the effort. The time and the effort. Cons. So much goddamn cons. Hold on. Let me tell you something, man. There are some cons with this football team, and this starts with the run defense. Mike Edwards, I don't ever sell Mike Edwards out. Outstanding player out of Kentucky. Ever since he's been in the NFL, he's been getting turnovers. He's been contributing to this football team. I'm not going to say much negativity about Mike Edwards. But he played a god-awful run defense. And Keanu Neal, Mr. I hit people for a living. You ain't hit shit. And I got no disrespect for Keanu Neal. I respect what he did when he was with Atlanta. I believe he played for Dallas as well. I respect it. But that was piss poor. 3 missed tackles. PFF had you with an F. 33.1. 33.1 is the grade that you got. That's an F. If you get that on the test, is your mom not whooping your butt? That's what our players are putting out there. That's why everybody running around like they got ants in their ass. I've never seen anything like it. Excuse my French, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had it was a better game. Offensively, we had times where we clicked, but it's still not there. Can we turn it around? Can we right the ship? We don't get turnovers anymore. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2021, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the 6th best turnover differential. And they had the 5th in 2020. You know what we are? Bottom of the goddamn, we don't get any turnovers. We don't get any turnovers. None. We haven't got turnovers in games. You know why Tom Brady was so good in 2020 and 2021? Devin White. Interception, turnover here, turnover there. Ever since Logan Ryan's been out of the game, the puzzle piece that Bowles envisioned has not worked. And when you as a head coach have a puzzle piece that you want, you gotta pretty much think, I'll put this in layman terms. You have to pretty much think, my baby gonna lose some of them puzzle pieces, so I gotta have some replacement puzzle pieces to put in so that this puzzle can get solved. And right now the puzzle got holes here, there, and everywhere. I'm frustrated. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have so much work to do, and we're running out of time. The clock is ticking. And you may ask yourself, how do you fix something like this? Me and you, we're not football coaches. We don't get paid to do this. All we do is go to work. You may play football, but we don't get paid. How do you fix what the Tampa Bay? But it simply starts with understanding that time is of the essence for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Todd Bowles, as an NFL head coach, should be able to get in his team's mind that time is of the essence. The Los Angeles Rams cannot win come Sunday at 4:25 p.m. They cannot walk out that stadium with the win. If we've got to beat it out of them, if we've got to drag it out of them, the Los Angeles Rams need a L. We cannot afford to lose any more games, but we specifically cannot afford to lose to the Los Angeles Rams. It's a do or die game, and baby, we ain't dying. I mean, we can't die. We're dying out there. We got Tom looks frail. He looks sad. His divorce. And shame on the media, by the way, for just infiltrating his personal life and just treating him like some type of monster because he's having a divorce. Your mama and your daddy are divorced. Did anybody do them like that and put them on the news? And I mean, the privacy for these athletes, but especially, Tom Brady, is disrespectful. And it's a damn shame. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the further point of everything. When it's all said and done, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 3-5. You can't turn back the clock. You can't turn back the hands of time. It is what it is. Tom Brady is 45 years old. He's having a bumpy year, but it can still be fixed. Schematically, if they do this, players come back. Schematically, if they, don't run a screen 3 times in a row, but hey, maybe on that 3rd time, instead of running that screen, maybe you do something else. Simple football stuff. Again, the pressure is on. I can't say that if I was in Todd Bowles' situation and in Byron Leftwich's situation, I wouldn't be sitting at 3-5 either. But I try harder than them. And that's the problem. I'd have more emotion, more, sympathy. I wouldn't have my boys out there looking like that. You see a quarterback struggle. There's no connection with Bowles and Brady, and I don't like that. There was a connect, even with Arians and Todd. Jesus Christ, my apologies. With Arians and with Tom, there was some sort of connection. There was some sort of, you're here, I'm here, we're gonna win this Super Bowl together. Todd's just there, and There's no cutting. He's got to say, what's going on, Tom? They got to have that sit down. They got to be seeing eye to eye. Tom needs to know what the heck the defense is going through. Like, it needs to be a team. This is not a football team right now. And I'm flabbergasted and appalled at it. Another con. I tell you something, I wouldn't open my wallet and pay you $1, Devin White. Big con. Big trash. Big disappointment. And it's a damn shame because you are an all-pro and possibly Hall of Famer linebacker. I ain't gonna just sell you out and dog you out. I see the potential in you. See, I mess with you. I like you, Devin White. I respect your game. But you can't be jumping up and you can't be beating your chest unless you got 3-4 sacks a game, you know, a pick or something. You're a leader of a defense. Lead. Everybody has a bad game, but you're getting manhandled in the blocking. You're missing. Your coverage is piss poor, and it's been piss poor for quite some time. But I'm going to still defend Devin White because I know he has the determination to win. So I think Devin can get it together. But as of right now, if it was a plank and it was an ocean and I had my sword, you already know what it would be. He be walking the plank and you'll be walking it and swimming in the ocean with the sharks. Because a linebacker shouldn't be playing like that. You're a leader with the C on your chest, a captain. Captains don't play like that. Captains don't act like that. Captains are disciplined. Captains are successful. And more or less, captains contribute to an NFL football team winning the game. I'm very, very disappointed in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. The divorce is final, Tom. Come on. Grit back into the grit of the game. 3-5 can turn into something special. We were 3-5 in 2016 with Dirk Cutter. And do you know what? We went 9-7. Now, with Tom, we can probably win a little more than that. That's what I'm telling you. It can be done. But we got to sit down and focus. The Los Angeles Rams are a beast because Cooper Kupp is like, it's like Michael Jackson out there. He's like, he's just moving and grooving, and when Cooper get going. So we got to shut it down. Cornerbacks need to step up. We already know the beast. The beast exited us out of the playoffs in our own stadium last year. Let's not let the beast win again. This is David versus Goliath. They are the Giants. We're slaying them. We're going to have a full preview here on the Keeping It 1K podcast about how this is going to go, about how this game is going to go against the Rams. I'll be dropping it soon, and I want everybody to stay tuned. I want everybody to check out my Instagram at Keeping It 1K Podcast. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Craig1K. And also for all of my Buccaneer fans, if you want to drop some score predictions below or tell me your favorite game that you watch, you can also do that as well. I want everybody to stay safe, and we vibing tonight. Hey, we finna win the game. Hey, we finna win the game. Nah, I'm just playing with you, but we gonna win. Shout out to, Tampa Bay. Shout out to Mike Evans. Shout out to Tom Brady. Shout out to the entire city of Tampa. Anyone affected by Hurricane Ian, much recovery to you. I heard that they were offering great loans at banks all around Florida. So get your loans, get your money, and get right. Let's recover. Let's go Tampa.